When last we met our two investigators, they were in the middle of a bit of a tough spot, having gone through the club and discovered, to a certain extent, what happened to the Cardinal, as apparently the Cardinal and one of the other elders of the Sabbat left Quebec to head to Montreal with the Lady in Blue, though it's not clear exactly how that happened, leaving behind a number of humans who had been branded with an upside-down pyramid, and the Tremere Elder of the city, Mosaic, and the group of humans attacked our two intrepid investigators, causing Armada to go into a frenzy. Armada proceeded to rip 20 some odd humans to shreds, so not too sure exactly how that's going to work out with the humanity, but thankfully Stacy was there to use his Salubri powers and help Armada come out of the frenzy, and we find them shortly after that. However, before we get to that, a few things to address first. One, the sheer line of obscurity by C.D. Wright. Water, cold as it sounds, the storm glass refilled and sealed with a wine cork, the spouts spilling over ultramarine mixed with red, producing black on black. The ravens absorb during those evocations, those divinations of the observer, of the interplay between shades. Breathe, rest, wait, keep silent. To cross the dredged up stratum of sand, to stand at the edge expecting to go totally blind. The river flows, dark depths luminescent. We stand unmovable, resplendent. We begin in 2015, several years before. Armada, you've just, at this moment, recently joined the Black Hand. You find yourself on the rooftop in Miami, overlooking the water. The sun has just set, and this is your first chance to meet Ophelia in a few months. Ophelia, who has long been with you and was the one who introduced you into the Black Hand. She has been in the Black Hand for a little longer than you have, and as such is often called upon to missions here and there. With your own introduction to the Black Hand, it's been difficult to encounter each other, but now, just before both of you are to head off, she's being sent to Chicago on a mission for Cardinal Santiago. And your next mission is in Mexico City. You have one night, and you're currently, as I said, standing upon a rooftop overlooking Miami Beach. At this time of night, there are still revelers and people walking along the beach, and some of the beachfront bars and terraces that are around. There's, as always in Miami, this sense of beach life going on. Music's playing, the city's vibrating basically at your feet. And as you stand there overlooking this, Ophelia says, I know it's not the best, but I've been promised that after Chicago, I'll get to choose my next assignment, and we can maybe
what?
I don't know, find more time.
I mean, maybe we could get assigned to the same mission.
I think that might be problematic, actually.
Why?
Imagine being on the mission, something dangerous,
Okay.
and having to worry.
You
about
think
me.
that I'd be worried about you?
Well,
I know you're capable.
I would hope so, at least to a certain degree.
Okay, like maybe a little bit, but I know what you can do. I wouldn't have to be worried about you. And if anything, it would make me, well, fight harder to, impress you.
I hope you know that I feel the same about you, and I hope you'll take what I'm going to say next. Not as in any way, shape, or form a means of putting down your abilities or anything like that, but I hope you'll take it in the spirit that it's meant, which is just a place of worry and care. But I've started thinking maybe it was a bad idea to bring you into this, to the Black Hand.
Why?
Not because I think you can't handle it.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't think that you would think that. I think there's something more. What is it?
In the time that it took for you to be introduced and investigated and trained and to get to the point where we are now, I've had a few more experiences.
Okay.
And I've started to notice changes. I've started to notice what it's doing to me. And more importantly, I've started to notice how it's changing how I feel about Sabbat in general.
I mean, look, we've both been existing for a while. The world changes and things change. You deal with it. What do you mean changes? If it's affecting you like this?
In order to be considered to be brought into the Black Hand, you have to have a certain degree of zealousness about you. You have to believe in the mission, because most of the time you don't get to know what you're doing or why you're doing it. You just get to go and do it.
Are you turning back on the cause then?
This thing that I'm going to do in Chicago right now, one of the things that we've always talked about and they've always told us that's different between us and the Camarilla is that we are united. We are more than just ourselves. We are part of the pack. We are part of something bigger, the vinculum, the blood bond that unites us to everyone. It's proof of that. It's not everyone for themselves. We're not tools in service of the elders. We're supposedly all important, all tied into this one big thing.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. That's the whole reason why I'm here.
What I'm being sent to do right now doesn't feel like that anymore. It feels like there are divisions, plans. There are things happening, and not everyone is moving as one anymore. I, of course, don't know exactly what the Cardinal has planned with what he wants me to do. I just know that I have to go to Chicago with a group of other Blackhand, and we have to assassinate 5 of the elders and the Primogen there, which normally you think is something that we do before we end up trying to take over the city, but there are no plans whatsoever to do that. In fact, I've started to think that no one outside of the Cardinal knows about this. So this is a personal thing. He has a personal plan. Now, if the people above us are starting to have individual plans, and with these rumblings coming from out east of things maybe waking, I'm starting to wonder if some of the people above us are not currently trying to shore up their own defenses, their own gains, to the expense of everybody else. And I'm afraid that once things happen and start going, everything is going to break apart and we're going to be left on our own. And unfortunately, we don't know how to be on our own because that's been drilled out of us consistently. That individuality is not important. That individuality is not something we should strive for.
Oh, okay. So basically, what I'm getting from all this is like there are defectors, basically, just like higher up.
I don't think there are
the whole
yet.
Thing's breaking down.
I don't think there are yet, but I think there might be.
Okay.
Have you ever considered what you would do if you were free of all your obligations to these groups we belong to? Have you ever sat down and thought what you would want to do?
Ophelia, there is one time, I think truly, in my experience, that I have had any kind of remote awareness of what that means to me, and that has been any time that I've been with you.
And do you find that that's enough?
I don't think I need more than that. Why, do you?
I don't know, and that's what bothers me. I don't
know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really worried until
I opened my big mouth.
Everything that you just said, yeah. But have you lost faith?
Started to wonder if I ever had it to begin with, but
What do you mean? I mean
that I don't think I was ever given a choice. I think that when I look back, it feels like I was given a choice at some point, but when I look back, when I try to find that moment, I can't find it. It's nowhere.
I guess I could say the same in a way. That's been my life. It's been my unlife.
And even now,
well,
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's difficult for me to say this. I don't think I've ever actually said this out loud to anyone before. But I think I've always had this philosophy that it's not necessary for that. Just my entire history, I've always been kind of led through things. I got led through my life. I got led into the Sabbat. You led me here, but I followed you because I loved you. I love you. And I don't know what I'm looking for. But I know that it led me here. To you. So maybe I don't need that inciting incident, just the trust that it brings me where I gotta go.
She moves behind you and wraps you in her arms and pulls you close to her chest and puts her face up against yours and says, regardless of how we got here, regardless of what choices we may or may not have made along the way, I think it's important for us to anticipate that we may be forced to make a choice at some point. Perhaps sooner than later, but who knows? Time moves very differently when you're as we are. And I'm just afraid that because we do not have the habit of making decisions, certainly not for ourselves, that when the time comes, we won't recognize it. And we won't know what to do. And we will stay there, unmoving, in the midst of a tempest, with whatever horrors are raging around us, swirling round, and we will stay frozen, unmoving, unable to make a move or a decision because we don't know how.
I pull away from the embrace and I put my hands on both sides of her face and I put my forehead to hers. Whenever that time comes, if there's one thing I know for certain, it's that there's us. And that's what I'm going to keep fighting for.
And let's make sure that there's always us.
Exactly.
A bit of time before we have to go back our separate ways for a bit, but let's make plans for when Chicago's over and Mexico City's over. Shall we?
We shall. I go to kiss her.
And as you do, and your lips meet and the moon frames you perfectly The moon over Miami frames you perfectly. We got ahead a few weeks ago. Just a few short weeks ago. Stacy. You're having a hard time believing it. But there it is. When you were asked to go to Detroit and to find where Cardinal Santiago used to live, Cardinal Santiago, long a stalwart member of the Sabbat who recently defected to the Camarilla, and so merits a bit of an investigation into his recent activities before they'll give him the keys to the house. When you were sent to his place in Detroit, you expected to find some strange shit. I mean, we're talking an Elder Lasombra, head of the Sabbat, who's been around for, as best as anyone can tell, over 1,000 years. You were expecting to find some strange shit, and rummaging through the discarded apartments, you did find some weird shit, but this, finding an anathema, a long-standing name on the red list, staked and hung upside down inside the walls, was not one of them. But here you are, and as you stand there looking at this hole that you've made in the wall through your investigation, through your searches, and seeing the Black Hand Banu Akimophilia with a very small, simple piece of wood stuck in her chest. Her eyes open. Eyes that you can now see fear in because she is so vulnerable. This Banu Akim who has killed, by all accounts, over 12 elders, including 4 out of the 5 elders in Primogen of Chicago a few years ago. Is hanging there, immobile. What's going through your mind?
I think the immediate thought going through Stacy's mind is, oh, okay, maybe we could get this done quick. He's confused. He's he's like, what's going on here? Like, it's a weird bit of luck, but at the same time, it's not sweet to him at all. He would prefer this go down a different way, but I got a job. Evening. You hear me?
You can clearly see in her eyes that she's very well aware that you're there. But of course, she can't move.
I'm going to be as transparent with you as I possibly can in this. I didn't expect us to go down this way. I'm not too happy about it, but you have a laundry list of things that aren't too good. So, blink once for yes, twice for no. You aware of what you did?
No response. Just a narrowing in the eyes and fear being replaced by calmness.
Okay. Well, out of the deepest respect of the position you held, I'm not going to mince any words, but I don't like this. He puts his hand over the piece of wood and he goes, from your heart into mine. And he pushes the stake further into Ophelia's chest.
You see pain flare in her eyes, and even more determined, angry look now. You certainly realize that if you pull that stake out, she's going to kill you. You know her reputation.
Huh. I punch it further.
Again, almost no reaction, just in the eyes.
You do not know how important this is for me, for you to lay down. And I push it again.
You know this won't kill her, right? Just making sure Ian knows.
Yeah, Ian knows this won't kill her,
Okay.
but
Just
I
making
don't
sure.
like
just making
that
sure.
look. That's a challenged look. Yeah.
You feel a tuck as the stake has gone through her and hit the cement wall behind her. There's only like about this much sticking out the front now.
Yeah. So, like I said, that challenged look in Ophelia's face over to Stacy. He's like, give me a second. And he kind of steps away a little bit and he calls Royce. He's like, hey, you are not going to believe what's happening.
Definitely not what I like to hear on a phone call from someone who's in the middle of a job, but go ahead, try me.
I got Ophelia over here staked to a wall.
Ophelia, as in the red list Ophelia, as in murdered 4 elders in Primogen of Chicago Ophelia, as in murdered the Prince of Philadelphia Ophelia, as in the list goes on Ophelia.
Please do continue, because these are all the things that I would like for you to list on the memo section of the check that you're going to write me.
How did you manage this?
You have me to do a job. I found a way.
Where you are there windows? You look and there are, in fact, right
Are there
across
windows?
from where she's hanging, large bay windows that are covered by these like hardcore teal PVC blackout curtains.
Yeah, huge one right in front of her.
Well, I suggest you don't take any chances and give her one more sunrise.
Okay. And my payment and my position, right?
Of course. I have another job for you first, though. Me, you know where. Once this is done, tomorrow night, we'll talk. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
It's going in the books. Good job. Camarilla is very proud of you.
Yeah, whatever. Evening. And he hangs up the phone. How long until sunrise?
Couple hours.
He's going to stand there and he's going to wait until there's enough time for him to slip away before. And he just stands kind of across, not in front of Ophelia, but to the side, arms crossed, looking at her. And he's like, what I don't get is why you would do that, right? Like, was it to push yourself further than what you are? Or did somebody just piss you off? Huh. Well, whatever happened, I appreciate it because you have done something for me that I didn't think that I could do for myself for quite some time. So I leave you with this. Enjoy the fucking sun. He turns and he leaves.
You throw open the curtains.
Yeah, wide open.
You see a beautiful vista overlooking the river below you. These were fantastic apartments. Santiago certainly had good taste. The windows also point east. And you can see, like the edge of a line made by a razor blade, a thin red line on the horizon above the water. And you turn and you leave. Fight was rough. I mean, they were only human, but there was 26 of them. You can count them now. There were 26 of them, each of them with that inverted pyramid and that word Servium burnt into their chest. Now they're all dead. They lie scattered in pieces around you in the hallway that leads to that little anteroom where Mosaic disappeared to. For a moment there, Armada, there was this strange feeling. This strange feeling of peace. Of floating. And then you realized that this was because you were no longer in control of yourself. You were watching yourself almost as if in third person. The beast had taken over, and the beast was busy decimating the humans around you and Stacy. Stacy himself looked incredibly afraid. And you sat back feeling completely at peace as you watched your body in control of the beast, doing things that you yourself would not even think you could do. And then there was that moment when everyone was dead, and there was that slight moment where all that was heard was the last of the blood dripping to the ground. And you see yourself turning towards Stacy. And you see the redness in the eyes and the distended mouth with the fangs, something you've never really seen yourself as. And then Stacy reaches out and touches you. And you see on his forehead, with a tear of blood, the skin splits open and a third eye opens. And as he reaches and touches you, you feel yourself drawn out of this third person position and slip into him. And as you do, you see a jumble of emotions, a jumble of memories, a jumble of thoughts and ideas. You watch him soothe the beast in your body. You watch your body crumple to its knees. And just before he pushes you back in there, you see the face of Ophelia. And then you're back in your body, incredibly hungry. You feel the hunger gnawing at your insides. But you're lying on the ground, panting, alive, looking up at Stacy, his eye slowly closing on his forehead. Stacy, you felt her as always as you drew her inside of you so that you could reach out and tame the beast. You reached out and tapped it in the forehead, and it went back inside that little dark cave. But you know that Armada's on the edge again, so you know her hunger is not nearly satiated. You know it's going to be dangerous. The next few minutes, how you deal with her is going to dictate whether or not she flies back into a rage. Getting her something to eat is probably going to be number one on the bucket list here. What do you do?
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Are you back?
What the fuck was that?
You tell me. I just sat here and watched you do all of it.
Why did I see Ophelia?
Who?
Don't give me bullshit. Who? Why did I see Ophelia?
What are you talking about?
I saw her from inside you. What the fuck was that?
What do you mean? How do you know Ophelia? What do you...
No. No. It's not time for you to ask questions. It's time for you to answer.
Oh, excuse the hell out of me, Ursula. I'm the one who brought you back from decimating the rest of this fucking building.
Don't call me Ursula. Just tell me.
She was on the list.
What do you mean the list?
There's a list. There's a list of people, kindred out there that just did too fucking much. And they have to be dealt with. That's my job. That's my job, Armada. I go from place to place looking for people kind of like you who just do too much.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Like me, what the fuck?
You tell me, Armada. What the fuck?
You done making a racket down there? I can't hear myself think.
I feel like the both of us turn our heads simultaneously to that. It's just like...
Oh, yeah.
The voice came from down the hall, down that door at the other end of this red hall. The smell of blood here is just overpowering, and the stench of it is just everywhere. You hear strange sounds coming from that little room. There's like a sort of metal on metal sound, kind of like a sharpening stone or something on metal. If you're quite done, I would appreciate if you left my domain and leave me alone.
Who the fuck are you?
You see shadows moving inside the door into that other room. What does it matter? You're in my home.
And you want me out of it? This is just another fucking dingy ass hallway, as far as I'm concerned.
What did you come down here for? Did you come down here for something that I can help you with and maybe get you on your way? Or are you just here to annoy me?
You know, we were about to take this outside. But, you know, so glad you're here. You know, if you just want to peek around the corner and go back over there, we'll probably leave momentarily. But if you want to talk, we'll hang around and talk. Because that's what I want to fucking do right now. And I turn back to Stacy. I want to fucking know what the fuck you know.
I know a lot. I think he gets up from over Armada and he goes, oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, who the fuck are you?
You remember meeting the Tremere Elder, Mosaic, just before all this started.
Oh.
You wanted to eat
It's been
Armada.
quite an ordeal. Oh, even better. Looks back at Armada. Fucker over there wanted to eat you while you were out. You're welcome, by the way.
Oh, and I was a snack, too.
Don't fucking look at me. Them.
I'm not looking at you. Look, you were missing. You're found. Are you in trouble? Do you need help?
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine. I assume you're here for the Cardinal more than me.
Oh,
no one
God.
ever really cared
You
about
know-
me. Just a poor little Tremere. No one cares about me until it's time to do rituals or say prayers or do the vinculum. I told them one day I'd run this place. I told them it'd be mine. But of course, they didn't believe me and look at me now.
Oh my God, shut up.
Hold
You're just
on.
gonna complain more? If you want people to pay attention and care about you, then stop fucking complaining about your goddamn existence.
Hold on. Let him continue.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
why'd they leave
Please,
you?
please.
Why don't you come a little closer so that I can get a good look at you and we can talk face to face like normal people.
Look,
Am I about to
I
kiss
understand
you right
you.
now? Am I about to kiss
yeah,
you
I
right
can
now?
see it in your face.
Am I
Can we
about to
direct that way?
do it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Do it.
I can see it. Okay.
Are we
Okay,
getting over
probably.
this? Look,
Yeah.
I'll go from the back, you go from the front. We just...
Let's just see what they say first. Jeez. All right, look this. And I think Stacy starts walking over.
As you walk over and enter the room itself is a veritable abattoir. The smell of blood and awful assaulting your nose. The floor is cement, and the drain at the center is blocked with what appears to be hair and other bits and pieces of body, and the floor is now thick with a semi-dry coating of blood. You see Mosaic walking barefoot, her feet squelching in the foul mess. There are a number of human bodies in various stages of decomposition, and one that appears to be still alive, hanging from the walls. As you walk into the room, you catch her as she cuts a piece from the living one, squeezes it to drain the blood out of it, then pops the whole thing in her mouth, a chewy morsel that she gnaws on and swallows, and then turns to look at you and goes, "Would you like a taste?"
I think if she's offering blood or a blood adjacent thing, I don't know if I necessarily have the control to stop myself.
Well, you can if you want. You can if you want. You can do a willpower check. Or
Okay,
you
let
can just
me
give in.
let me just say, narratively, I think I'm doing it.
There is that still living body that's hanging on the wall that she just cut a piece off of. You could bite into that.
Well, she did say, "Do you want to taste?"
Yeah,
She didn't really
she's not going to
specify
stop you. She
what.
watches you smiling as you do.
Yeah, I'll bite on that.
You bite into the body. Now, as you start draining it, I have one question for you. Are you going to stop before you kill it, or are you going to keep drinking?
I have no attachment to any of this. Unless someone stops me, I'm going for it.
Stacy, what's your feeling about this? You watch her, and it's very clear that she's not going to stop, and it's very clear that Mosaic has no intention of stopping her.
I think once I realized that there's like Mosaic's not going to do anything or say anything, that's where Stacy steps in and goes, "All right, okay, hey, come on, you got your fill."
Give me a willpower roll to stop drinking, Armada.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that sound like I'm listening?
Oh, okay. If you don't stop, that's fine. No, that's fine if you don't stop.
Maybe a strength roll for him to stop me.
Okay.
But
are you going to try to pull her off, Ian?
Yeah, I didn't want it to go to this, but here we are.
All right.
I'm just gonna grab.
So
grab
yeah,
him by
you're
the
gonna roll.
shoulders and
You're gonna
kinda
roll a
just-
D10, and you're gonna add your physical to it, and you're gonna do the same, Armada.
mm-hmm.
Bleak, can you remind us and the crowd what the night moves do in this particular?
In this particular
version?
case, a night move will give you
are
an
you
advantage
scared?
and allow you to roll 2 D10s and pick the one you want.
Solid.
Don't forget to roll a number of dice equal to your hunger, also. Of separate color.
Got it.
Believe it like this.
You do have, Rachel, you do have potence. You do have lethal body, so I'm going to give you an advantage also.
Great.
For free.
So, okay. All right.
So tell me what your
I
highest
got 3
D10
on the
is.
hunger.
Ian.
I got a 10.
A 10 on your hunger?
No. 3 on the hunger. My highest D10 was a 10. With my physical, it's 17 altogether.
Excellent. 17. What do you get, Rachel?
I actually have 16, but I also have a fun little skull on my hunger die.
No, but that's
What?
fine. The skull would only have an effect if you had failed the roll.
I did if
No,
I
you
got
didn't
it.
fail the roll. Failing the roll would have been rolling under 10 total, but you didn't.
Oh, okay.
Or getting a 1 on your die,
Alright.
which you didn't either. So as you are trying to drain this body, surprisingly, perhaps because your attention is kind of divided, but Stacy manages to kind of hold you away enough that your fangs slip out of it.
How much hunger? am I-
Come on.
You will have, since you can't finish the kill, you will heal up every hunger except the last one.
Incredible. Yeah, you pull me off. I think I would try and execute something where I twist and try to fang you across your cheek or some shit. Just I don't know, just fucking fuck you.
Absolutely. Excellent. So go ahead and do that. You can do a physical plus combat. Stacy, if you're going to try to avoid it, it's the same thing. Physical plus combat.
No,
you get an automatic advantage, Rachel, because of your lethal body.
Incredible. Oh god, I hate math. I don't play vampire for math.
What did you roll on your D?
Yeah, I got a 9 on the die plus 7 plus combat.
Okay, so 9. So all right, so a 9 plus 8, so you got 17. What'd you get, Stacy?
I'm too focused on pulling them back, so I take this.
All right, so as you pull her back, she lashes out with her mouth and catches you across the cheek.
It's like, fuck, come on.
My. Oh, but that was delicious.
Always is.
She's approaching you, Ian.
Okay.
Mosaic's coming towards you. You can see like this dark blood just constantly dripping from her mouth as she's approaching you. Her skin is entirely covered in it, and she just kind of approaches you, and she's like, "Can I have a taste? I was nice and gave you a taste. Can I?"
We've been over this before. This is what looks at Armada. What the fuck is wrong with you? Please back up.
Why?
Fuck is wrong with you, fucker?
What you want to do this now? You want to do this right now?
If the two of you are going to kill each other, please do it outside my home. Don't worry about body disposal. I'll take care of it when you're done.
Armada just kind of like slinks back and lets Stacy kind of, you want information, take it. Kind of.
Thank you. Look. Obviously, the rest of the elders who were here, they left you, or you wanted to stay. That's fine. Just want to know what happened.
I tell you, will you fuck off?
Absolutely.
Oh, capital. I love that so much. She goes over, and you notice that there's a little table with like 2 chairs nearby, and she sits on one of them and folds her hand on the table. Yes. They, Anabelle and Larsen, were playing with things they probably should have been playing with, as people in their dotage, vampires of their age, are prone to do. And I don't know what exactly they touched, but this thing in red and this other thing in blue appeared that night. The thing in that gave me the willies, and well, that's not easy to do. But most interesting was the woman in blue. The woman in blue was not kindred, but something else. I could sense that she had some measure of power that I not quite understand. She had no fear whatsoever. She walked in here with 3 Sabbat elders and a number of other soldiers, and walked in here like she owned the place. She was talking nonsense, things about a black pyramid, something in Montreal, a place of power. She did talk about a call, which, as far as I understand it, is a sort of portal to hell or some such that certain warlocks are very fond of. She convinced them that the time of the Sabbat is over. Whatever is occurring out east is decimating our people, destroying us, pulling us apart, and she convinced them that her way was a new way, a better way, and they were very eager to follow. Which one of you is Armada?
What?
They were asking about you by name.
Wonderful. More people know
They
me. I'm a
seem
celebrity, I guess.
Very interested in meeting you. You they never mentioned, but I wouldn't take that too personal. It's probably a good thing.
I would take it personally.
They said that you might be coming here, and that if you did, I was to tell you that they would very much like to see you in Montreal at their Black Pyramid. I have no clue where that is, but I'm sure someone of your resourcefulness could find out. They said that they had a purpose for you.
Great.
Then they left. The lady in blue did something and they walked out through the door, and I never saw them again. Ostensibly gone to Montreal. There's a very famous song here, sung by some French Quebecois chanteur, that's about the road trip between Quebec and Montreal, and it's a very popular song here, but I don't think they actually road tripped. I think they probably kind of cut to the chase, as it were, but I have not seen hide or hair from them since. Gone. Disappeared, gone with the lady in blue.
Why didn't you go?
Oh. Sounded like a load of horseshit to me, and I'm very happy here. And in fact, with the two of them gone, I kind of get to do what I want. I've been able to redecorate. I hope you like what I've done with the place. People leave me alone. I get to do my little experiments, things I like to do, and I don't bother anyone. They don't bother me.
Your existence sounds as meaningless as mine has been.
No, perhaps meaningless, but very, very comfortable. There comes a time after so many years that you kind of just want to be left alone. I remember 1133, perhaps it was? Back in the day in Byzantium. There was always something to do. There was always some plot, some new twist, some new... It got very tiresome, and then traveling west, and then sailing in Europe, and then coming here, and everything that we managed to do here, and it's just very tiring, and I'm very glad to just get to be left alone. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Well,
No.
As per our
Hold
agreement,
on.
I think it's time for you to fuck off now.
No, you didn't, you kept glazing over all of the shit they kept saying. I think my guy over here wants some of that.
I don't know much.
You said it sounds crazy. What's like the wildest thing you heard? Please, like, enlighten us on that fun fact.
She said that she was busy infecting people's dreams.
Okay, why does that sound wild?
I've never heard of anything like that, have you?
You know, I didn't believe in vampires for a while. Here we are.
Yes, you were a great addition to the race.
Okay, so wildest things, dreams. We're infecting dreams. All right. Hear anything about that, Cammy?
All I know is this. She took someone, Anabelle, Cardinal of the Sabbat, a Ventru, no less. Dedicated to our sect, to our beliefs. A true crusader, someone who thought that we should be putting everything and everybody else to the sword and bringing our true belief to all the kindred in the world, to free them, to show them the right way. A absolute zealot. Such a zealot that she sent her own child Alexander Ross, and another group, his pack, into Montreal because she was obsessed with retaking that city. She never digested losing it in the 70s, and she's been incredibly obsessed with it. She sent her own child and his pack into Montreal a few weeks ago to retake it or to start the process. She had plans. And in one conversation with this woman in blue, everything changed, and she abandoned everything and left.
Was she compelled? You said
didn't seem like it.
Isn't that how compelling can work if it's done right? It's covert.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about a very old Ventrue. Powers of mind control are their bread and butter. I'm certain that, well, I would expect that she would have been able to defend herself from a human.
Sounds like it wasn't any ordinary human.
She was not. And neither was the red one, but I don't know where he went.
Did you get a close-up on that one?
No. He wore this whole habit thing. It was covered from head to toe. It was very difficult to see anything about him. I can tell you that he was also human.
So we got a bunch of humans running around with magical powers, compelling elders.
Warlocks are not unheard of. Admittedly, the presence has kind of waned in the past few centuries, but they used to be quite prevalent. My own people were originally warlocks.
You said, Alexander and his pack is in where? Not Montreal.
Montreal. They went to Montreal.
Montreal.
That was the last thing Anabelle did as leader before all this happened.
And Anabelle is also in Montreal?
She is now, yes. And so is Larsen, the brewer.
So, and they want me to go down there and join their little party. So
that's right.
Do you think Alexander would be able to help fix her? If something's wrong? Sounds like something's wrong.
I don't know. I would assume that she would reach out to him. They were very close. But
sounds like she's not in the mind to really recognize that she needs that communication, honestly.
Alexander was perhaps even more dedicated to our cause than Anabelle was. I get the feeling that if he thought Anabelle had betrayed us, that he would be rather cross.
Does he know there's a problem?
I don't know. I've not heard of them for several weeks now.
It sounds like somebody needs to be informed.
You do what you want, dear. That's everything I know. All I know is that they succeeded in bringing you here, and now you're part of this. So,
what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean they succeeded at bringing me here?
That's what they wanted. It's okay, dear. Feels good to be wanted, doesn't it?
Oh, fucking shit.
Well, it's going to be sunup very soon, and if you don't leave, it means you're going to have to spend a day here, and I would really rather you don't. So, if you're quite done, perhaps you could...
Evening. Come on. No.
Do come back and visit, though.
Okay, yeah, no. Didn't think he kind of shuffles Armada back to that tunnel or that patchway that we came down. All right. Kind of climbs through.
You climb back up. As you start climbing back up, you see a face looking down at you. You survived. And you see Felix looking down the hole, reaching out a hand to help you up.
I don't know if I'm first on that ladder, but I don't take the hand.
It's okay. Who's left on there?
Don't take his fucking hand either. He was rude. It's Tremere Elder down there.
Oh,
by the name of Mosaic. Yeah. It's
yeah,
terrible.
Yes, I'm sure it's no good. I think I'm done with this place anyways. I got what I needed. I think it's probably time to go.
Yeah, very much so.
Armada, could I talk to you for a moment? Before we go anywhere, about what we saw in there. Shalem spoke to you, right?
More people want to talk to me. Isn't that crazy, Stacy? That's crazy. What?
He motions you over and takes you over into the far corner of the room. You saw Shalem, right? In there? Spoke to him?
Yeah.
He spoke to me also.
That what you wanted? Oh, okay.
He told me that there's a number of our brothers and sisters who defected to the Camarilla. They've been hiding in the oratory in Montreal. Shalem has asked that I travel there and reach out to them. He's dead in the pool of Gehenna for now, as a reward. I'd like you to come with me. There are 5 of them. With you and I, that makes 7. That would be a strong presence.
What are you talking about?
You spoke to Shalem, right?
Yeah, I talked to Shalem. Yeah. And
He told you about our purpose.
yeah. Does that mean I'm just in? That's how it works? I'm one of you? That's it?
There's no secret handshake or ceremony, if that's what you're hinting at. He wants us to go and connect with the other 5 and start doing his work in Montreal. We can help save this world by hastening its demise. I'm glib of tongue, but you have power and strength. You're formidable. Saw what you did down there. Didn't it feel good to give yourself over, to lose all that fear and inhibition? To revel in your power, your very nature, to accept what you are and to shine?
Yeah, it always fucking feels good every time.
Then let's do that. Let's travel to Montreal together. Let's find them, the other 5. Let's bring them together. And then, look, Armada, your death. You sow ending, you cull dreams, just as yours were culled. You can bring peace to all those who suffer as you do, and in the end, there will be nothing left, and you will know emptiness and peace.
Are you convincing me again? Like, I just look, you're catching me at like a really fucking bad time. Look, I How am I even going to say this? I lost everything once. And I didn't have much to begin with. But the day that I lost everything, I lost everything. I don't have anything. So yeah, I get the purpose of your little party. I get it. I have this much belief that guy over there didn't fucking kill my girlfriend, who is everything to me.
So you do still have something?
No, it's gone. It's fucking gone.
That's why you're perfect for this. Tell you what. I feel you have some things left to do, some questions you need to answer. Why don't we agree to meet tomorrow night? If you wish to come with me, then you can. If you don't, simply don't come to the meeting. Think on it. Get your answers. And then, if you truly have nothing left, then you're ready.
There.
Meet me tomorrow.
I don't know what you. I don't know what you mean by ready, because there's nothing. There is nothing to be ready for. There's nothing happening by your own fucking rules. There is nothing.
That's exactly it. Once you accept that.
Yeah.
Once you accept that, there is nothing you won't do. There is nothing that can stop you. There is nothing that can weigh on you. The entire world is yours to take and to do with as you want.
I'm going to kill somebody right now.
As long as it's not me.
Get out of my fucking face.
While that's going on, what's Stacy doing?
He shoots a phone call over to Royce. It's like, hi.
Report.
Yeah, Royce, I have a fucking report for you.
Perfect.
So, the elders you were looking for, they're all gone. Apparently, they were compelled by some warlock. Yeah, Anabelle, all of them. Compelled by some human with card tricks.
Okay, so when you say warlock, you mean a human with magic?
Yeah. Some goddamn Harry Potter shit, Royce. He fucking, yeah.
I thought most of those fuckers
I mean.
were done. Interesting. So they've been bamboozled
there's a lady
by...
in blue running around.
Okay, and where are they?
I don't know. Something about the Black Pyramid in Montreal, more than likely.
I hadn't heard about that. You can hear scritching on the paper as he's writing down. Interesting. Have to look into that.
While you're taking notes, Royce.
Yeah.
Here's something else that's really interesting.
What's that?
Why is the fucking girlfriend of Ophelia here?
Ophelia had a girlfriend?
Apparently. Same one. Little sister.
Interesting. Are you talking about Armada?
Mm-hmm.
Armada and Ophelia. Wow. Well, that's a pair. Interesting. I hope you didn't tell her that you killed Ophelia.
Didn't have to tell the Royce. She fucking went nutso. Full beast. Descended jaw. Fangs. Everything. To save my own ass, I had to save hers. She saw it.
Probably best to kill her then. No sense in letting someone like that run around, especially if the Sabbat's falling apart, which it seems to be. Imagine someone like that here without even the slightest amount of control or stricture imposed on her. Unless she's willing to come work with us. Her knowledge of the Black Hand could be a treasure trove. Help us finish them off. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna make her an offer. If she refuses or hesitates, you're gonna kill her.
No.
Is that gonna be a problem?
An offer.
Yeah.
It might be. It might be.
There's Lasombras are defecting in drove from the Sabbat. She's Lasombra, right? They're defecting in droves from the Sabbat. The fucking Cardinal Santiago defected to the Camarilla, as you know. They're coming over left, right, and center. There's, by our account, 2/3 of the Lasombras in the world have joined or attempted to join with us. Just put that in front of her. Tell her that we have work for her. She can... Tell her she doesn't have to go back to the Middle East. But if she even hesitates a little bit, you gotta jump her and kill her, because she's not gonna give you a second chance.
Okay, that's fine. And okay, fine. And then
I doubt she's as
it.
dangerous as Ophelia,
Right?
so you should be fine. Then after that, let's meet up in Montreal and see what they're up to down there. Did some great work, Stacy.
All right.
It's going down in the books. Camarilla will remember.
Fuck off, Royce. And then he takes up the phone.
The two of you are left alone in that room that smells of death. What do you do?
I think I was talking with Felix, and you saw him kind of retract and walk out, and she just didn't move for a minute until the room was just vacant except for the two of us. And then she slowly turns around, looks at you.
I can tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to do it in here, though.
I don't care where. You're gonna tell me what happened. That's all I care about.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough. And then I think that, like, Stacy kind of just moseys around a little bit to try and see if there's like a door or anything that leads outside, just to kind of get away from this smell, because it's so overpowering.
Yeah, you can easily retrace your steps and go back out the way you originally came on your way down and out.
Okay.
You travel through the city. There's a couple hours before sunup. You eventually find yourselves on a rooftop near the old portion of the city. As you look out, you can see ahead of you the St. Lawrence, moving sluggishly but moving, a black ribbon that's just slowly meandering but moving. You see Chateau Frontenac, the castle in Quebec, and the history that it speaks of, the conflicts that have occurred here, and the dark business of conquest. Below you, the old city shines brightly in warm ambers and gold, a world that you can't ever really know. The lives that the humans live down there, the joys and happiness that they have, the struggles and all these things. You realize that when you look around you most of the time, you don't even notice the humans anymore. No more than perhaps when you were human, you noticed fruits and vegetable or chicken. They've, in time, kind of faded away, and the world almost seems empty even when they're around, as if they're already ghosts, and for the most part they are. And as you stand on that building rooftop, looking out over all of this, you feel several other ghosts rise up and gather around you. What do you do?
Well, the scenery pretty enough for you?
Look, Armada, would you... Just before I even knew who you were, and I had a job. This is what I do. Do you know what your dear Ophelia did?
No. I don't need to.
Don't.
Don't what?
Don't do that. Maybe you don't need to. She's responsible for countless in Chicago being dead. All of the Primogen. Nothing?
You know how many deaths I'm responsible for?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, so am I supposed to be shocked and appalled at what Ophelia did in Chicago?
No, but you should give a damn of who she's doing it to.
What, the Camarilla? Kindred?
Kindred.
We're monsters. We're fucking monsters. What the fuck does anybody care if any of us die?
There are rules here, Armada.
There are rules. Rules made up by who? People who want to control other people.
Yeah, and look, you've fallen prey to a conversation of a group that follows the same amount of rules. And here you want to play social justice warrior? These things do not happen.
Where am I playing social justice warrior?
Oh, come on. Come on. Working with the Black Hand. Oh, I want to be over there in Gehenna on the front line. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Grow up.
I want to die at the hands of something that can kill me. And I have survived everything out there.
Yeah, well.
That's why I want to go back.
Rule. Go. Go. Or You can stand on top of here. You can wait till the sun comes up and you can actually get the death that you want, because apparently you're the only one who's strong enough to do it.
Do you know how many times I've tried to do that? Do you know how often I have stood in my apartment or a motel room or wherever I was going to sleep, and I look out the window and I point my finger right at the sun, just peeking out over the horizon, and I see the line it's going to trace across the sky. And I leave the curtains open just enough. And I lay somewhere. Just wait to see if it'll take me. Yeah, sure, I could leave the curtains all the way open and I could let the sun pour in and I could just burn myself. But what fun is that? I'm not just going to take myself out, because that's too easy. I want something to take me out. That's what I want. What the fuck did you do to Ophelia?
My job.
I want the bullshit. The what?
My job. My job, Armada. Your dear Ophelia was on the list, the red list, the list of kindred who didn't follow the fucking rules. So this is what I did. I went to Detroit. I looked for Santiago. I could not find Santiago, but you know who I did find? Your love. And you know what she was doing when I found her? Barely blinking, staked to a wall by fucking who knows. A gift for me. Would you like to know the rest? Or was that enough?
I'll keep going.
Yeah?
Tell
me how's this going to end, Armada. And I'd be happy to tell you the story.
What do you want it? How do you want it to end?
Dealer's choice, Ursula.
Dealer's choice. What? You want me to just here's what everyone else would expect. They would expect me to just freak out and just kill you. That's what everyone would expect. Oh, could be fun. Oh, could be a party. What do you want to happen? Dealer's choice.
She went silent. No screams, no begs. She couldn't fucking do it.
It does. She's fucking staked.
Had a real good view of the bay window in front of her, too.
You fucking dick.
I watched that red line come up. And I watched it trace over the hill. But I left the fucking curtain open because I had a goddamn job. There were rules. Armada.
You didn't even kill her? You didn't even kill her? You left the curtains open for the sun to get her? Who are you to go around killing kindred that are on this list? And what, you couldn't raise a hand to do it yourself? Oh, Ophelia. Why? Oh, I expected I expected, I don't know, you to tell me about how you dug your nails into her neck and pushed into her flesh and ripped her head off. I wanted you to tell me about how the veins in her neck snapped when you tore her head away, and the sound of her spinal column disconnecting from itself. But no. No, you're the bitch that left the window open. Oh, God. Incredible. It's incredible.
So now what, Armada? I didn't kill her. I'm the bitch who left the window open. So now what? You take your revenge now. I was the last person to see her. Do me the favor. Come on. Everything you just said. Come on, Ursula. Dig your claws and snap my neck. Rip my head off.
No. 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 No, no. No, that's hilarious. You, ooh. I gotta kill the sun. That's what I gotta do. I gotta kill the sun. For every living and unliving being on this fucking planet. That's what I gotta do. You gave me an answer. Didn't expect it to come so fast.
I have a follow-up, if you're interested.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, hit me up. What's that, What's that?
I could help you kill the sun. If you want.
Ooh. What do you mean? How could you can't open a window shade on the sun, you know, it doesn't quite work that way. You can I mean, I guess you could wait until it explodes. That would be about the same effect as you gave my girlfriend.
It was the most respectful thing I could do for them at the time.
The most respectful thing that you could have done for her was to kill her with your bare hands.
It wasn't mine to take. Someone else came along and got her. And I don't know if she got them before they finished.
It was a pride
but
thing.
we don't do that. We don't do that. It's not a pride thing.
You didn't kill her.
Anything.
You used your hands. You didn't do anything. Fine, explain.
Fuck off, Armada. I did what I thought was best, okay? Okay?
What a kindred. Just what they train you at the camp? They just tell you to, like, be a bitch and, like, do it the right way? There's no right way to do death. We are fucking undead. We're fucking kindred. There's no rules. Nothing matters.
You're right, Armada. You're fucking right.
Yeah, I know.
So what now?
I don't know. You said you had something for me. You said you could help. So I'm still trying to kind of figure out what that means.
My contact, Royce, says you'd be a benefit and you'd have an opportunity to take out all of this sweet anger on anyone you want.
Join the camera, yeah. Okay, yeah.
It wouldn't be any different than any other Lasombra recently. Most of them have already defected. It'll get you back. Maybe. it'll at least get them away from me. So fucking you decide what you want to do.
I'm sorry, what? It'll get them away from you.
Fuck, I'm fucking tired. Ursula, I'm fucking tired of all of this. You're right. The rules. There's no rules. We're monsters. That's fine. I'm tired. I'm giving you an option here. Because my options are simple. You either walk with me or I put a fist through your face.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Try. I think there's 3 options actually. You said you're tired?
Enlighten me.
You're done? Why don't you leave?
Why didn't you stay?
Why didn't I stay? I, doing this, stayed. This is my allegiance to the Sabbat, is why I'm here. They sent me here.
Rules.
Look, I didn't say I wasn't. I didn't say I was just as... I'm just as much a dog as you are. Woof woof. But if you're unhappy with where you are, then why the fuck are you trying to get me to go with you?
Falling
Trying to spread joy?
Best up.
It's so funny. Dude, I don't... I'll be honest, Cammy, I haven't laughed this hard in... since Ophelia. It just makes it so much more funny, actually. We'll put it this way. I'm not joining the Camarilla. And before you go putting fists through face, I don't think you should either. Let them think that I killed you. They kind of expect it, probably. That's probably why you were set on this.
Can we ease the hell up, please? Jeez.
Oh, relax. I'm not actually going to kill you. I'm just saying.
No, just the fucking... They probably expected, hey, not all of my kills were luck. All right?
Uh-huh. That's fine. I'm not saying that you're bad at your job. I'm saying the one that mattered here, you didn't do, which is why I'm not killing you, which is really funny. So in this situation, I'm just saying the way that the Camarilla works, based on from what I see on the outside, it's all about control. It's all about pawn moving. If they send you on a mission with somebody who can kill you, it's because they don't care what happens to you and they got somebody lined up next to put in the gun. So you're a fired bullet.
Look who's talking.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm any different. That's why I know. That's why I'm telling you all this.
So what, do we Thelma and Louise this shit? What are you suggesting?
I'm saying, I'm walking.
Where you heading?
Montreal, I guess.
Heard the poutine's good.
I prefer blood, thanks.
Nah, I was making a joke. Right? That's what happens in these like buddy cop movies. They make a joke and then there's a freeze frame high five. Do you not watch movies?
No.
Okay, I don't know how to digest that.
What time do I have to watch movies out on the fucking deserts?
Come inland every once in a while. Jeez.
You going to Montreal? Going home.
I really hate fucking Canada. Yeah, we can. I do want to try something though, because I just want to see what would happen. Then Stacy RKOs Armada off the roof. He full on flips her off the roof, or at least tries to.
I'm sorry. You do what?
Ooh, what? Give me a combat roll. Physical plus combat. There's some night moves left if you want them.
Yeah? I mean, do I get
I have a question. Please, Rachel, say the thing, because I'm going to shenanigan. Go ahead.
What is the thing? What am I supposed to say?
No, you were going to ask something.
I was going to ask, is this happening?
I'm guessing it is. So you don't have to spend a night move, Rachel, because you have a lethal body, so you automatically get an advantage.
Right,
so,
I think that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so you don't have to, so you automatically get one.
Oh, good luck.
However, since you all have a lot of night moves, I'll let you spend night moves to get like more advantages. For every night move you spend, you can roll an extra die and then take the highest one of the bunch.
Let's see. Let's just go for it. That's 2.
God, I hope someone gets a messy critical.
That's all I needed. Well, I just need a 10 on my hunger, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a skull, but I got a 18.
18. What you got, Ian?
Blake, I think I got a bestial failure. My hunger was a 1.
Okay, but what did you roll on your d10s? Are all your d10s
9.
below 6?
So
okay, so you're good. No, you're good. If your d10s return 5 or less, if your highest d10 is a 5 or less and you rolled the 1 on the hunger die, then yeah, you're in trouble.
Solid.
So what's your total?
No, my highest d10 is a 9. But I got a... you said physical?
Yeah.
And anything else?
Combat, if you have it, +1.
I do, so that's 17 total.
So, Armada, you clearly see that he's reaching out for you. Describe how you're reaching out for her so that she can have an idea what you're doing.
It's going for a forearm shake, right? And then once the contact is made with the forearm, Stacy just full on lariats himself over the edge. Hopefully using his momentum to toss down Armada.
Do you want to kind of catapult her? You want to like trebuchet her over the side, basically. So you see that coming. You see it in your mind. You see that that's what's happening. Armada, what do you do?
How far are we into that? Does he have contact with me?
Would assume that by the time you realize,
it wouldn't have been able to do it.
The coolest thing I see in my mind is like catching the ledge and going over the other way.
And tossing him?
And tossing him. Yeah, fuck that.
I will say that that's perfectly fair. So you kind of roll with it, but then you catch yourself on the side and you're going to pull him over. I am going to say that you're going to need to activate your potent, so go ahead and make a rouse check to get your prowess going.
I succeeded.
Okay. So you can add your potence rating, which is 3 to your thing. So you're at... Sorry. So, Stacy, you go flying over the side. What's going through your mind as you're plummeting? I'm going to say...
There's nothing going through his mind.
I'm going to say that you are 8 floors up. You plummet off, and all you hear, Armada, after a moment, is a very loud splat sound. Very crunchy, bone-smashing sound. You're going to take, so that was 3x. So you're going to take 3 damage, Stacy. As you fly over and land and splat down. You're lucky you landed in grass and not on, like, asphalt. You look down and far below there's just this...
Ian, what do you got to say? I gotta know.
No, fuck you, Ursula. He's just there.
I'm like hanging on the ledge of the building, going, "Fuck you, Cammy."
And as you yell obscenities at each other, you realize the sun's coming up very shortly. You don't have a lot of time left. Let's say you manage to climb down, Armada, without breaking your neck.
Great.
As Stacy's picking himself up, looking like a wet sponge right now. A sponge filled with red. You don't have a lot of time before the sun's up.
I thought it would be funny.
You're a fucking idiot. You have a place to stay?
Yeah. I still think it's funny. Come on.
I'm not staying with you. Ain't no way after that shit.
Then I don't... Come on. What do you think we're gonna do? Kiss you? Come on. Let's go. The sun's coming up.
Whatever. Yeah, I'll go with him.
Was this close? So close.
You find yourselves back at the motel room that Stacy had for him. Stacy, is there anything you want to do before the rest of the night or before you turn in?
The contact that I have with Royce, right? I think I'm going to send him a text message and just go, still working on it. Just kind of leave it flat like that.
You hear back. Glad you're still alive.
... Barely.
You asked for it.
Did.
And Stacy's eventually fast asleep in one of the beds. Armada, you're sitting there on yours, looking out the window. You can see just the edge of dawn starting to rise, the east of the city. What do you do?
I do the same thing I always do. Go over to the window. I see the sun. Or where it's about to be. And to Armada, this feels like one last test of if she should do this. She takes her finger. She finds the trajectory. She closes the curtains to about that much, finds a spot in the room, and lays down.
What will Stacy do the next night?
Stacy's gonna go to Montreal just to see, but he's still holding true to his mission. It's all he knows. He's being tempted with this opportunity of being himself or being free, and he's so scared of that idea that he just holds true to what he's known for this entire time. It's either that or this crazy Lasombra fucking kills him. Either way, could be fun.
And what's Armada gonna do the next night?
I go meet with Felix. I don't tell Stacy necessarily. But yeah, I tell him I'll go with him to Montreal. Just gonna do something first.
And what's that thing you're gonna do first?
Go talk to Felix.
Oh, sorry, I got that turned around. I thought you were telling Felix that.
No, I don't tell Stacy I'm gonna go see Felix.
Excellent. And as the two of you will eventually, I guess, go to Montreal together?
Yeah, I guess I tell Felix I'll find my own way.
It gives you a meeting point in Montreal.
Yeah.
And as you're driving together the next night or the night after, heading towards Montreal, you find yourself at some point as you're driving along the highway, driving alongside the St. Lawrence, watching that river moving in the same direction. In fact, no, moving in a counter direction to where you're going because you're heading west. You watch the river, its dark currents moving further and further east as you climb your way back west. There's a famous Canadian literary critic named Northrop Frye who long ago described Canadian literature as being a literature about survival because it was always about how the environment and the land around you and the world around you was just trying to kill you because a lot of it was settler literature. And he talked about the geography of Canada, about how that portion of the St. Lawrence, when you approach Canada, looks like the maw of a beast. And whereas people who came to America just pulled up to the shore, those who came to Canada were swallowed up by the continent. And as you're driving up towards Montreal, towards the first city really built in North America, that sense of having been swallowed up by everything that you've done so far, and the Sabbat and the camera and all these things persists. And as you're pulling into the city and you watch and see atop Mount Royal the cross that's burning there, the giant cross that's on top of Mount Royal that's lit up at night, you hear a song on the radio, Armada. You don't even know what channel it's on. You haven't really been paying attention. And after a few moments of listening to the song, you realize it's not the song you thought. It's just another song that sounds kind of like it. A couple chords, maybe. A few bars of music that sounded like it. You realize it's not that, but for a moment, it reminded you of a song that you heard once. And it was not long after you'd first met Ophelia. And you had been sitting there marveling how the two of you, two creatures basically that were devoted to death and killing and had done so much of it, could sit there and look at each other and see beauty and joy and find laughter in that song had come on. And in that moment, you realized that it had been years, decades maybe, since you'd noticed a song, since you'd noticed a particular song playing and had taken a moment to enjoy it. And then you realize it's not that song and the illusion fades, and that moment is gone. And you reach out, the blood-stained hands, fingers, and you turn the radio off. And that, my friends, is where we will end Cardinal Rule, or Vampire the Masquerade Duet.